The Denver Nuggets are a team that many believe could have made it to the NBA Finals last season had it not been for the injury to Jamal Murray sustained late into the season. But that's all what if. That's all, made up scenarios. The fact of the matter is the Denver Nuggets were swept in the second round by the would-be Western Conference champion Phoenix Suns. They do have the reigning MVP in Nikola Jokic, who had an outstanding season last season. Expected to do so again, not win MVP again, but have an outstanding season again as well, especially with, I don't want to say most of the load on his shoulders, but he is the lone superstar. He's going to need his other players to step up, considering just like the Los Angeles Clippers, one of their star players will be out for a big chunk of the season. I'm not sure exactly when Jamal Murray is scheduled to come back. I think sometime in March or April. Um, he'll help the team immensely when he does come back, but until then, the Denver Nuggets are going to have to make it without him. And I believe this team is constructed well enough to do so. And I think a lot of people believe that, considering without Jamal Murray, people still have um, the Denver Nuggets finishing top four, maybe top three in the West this season. They have depth. They've always, for the last 2 seasons or so, have been a team that's been one of the deepest in the league. They didn't make a lot of moves this offseason, but what they did, which was important, was bringing players back like JaMychal Green. They brought back Will Barton, and they also brought back Austin Rivers, who they brought in halfway through the season to fill in when Jamal Murray went down with injury. A guy who played very well for them. I'm glad they did bring him back. I think he likes this team. It helps with chemistry as well, bringing in a guy who already filled in for Jamal Murray as opposed to someone new and them have to learn the offense in the beginning all over, getting used to things and, the growing pains. And then by the time they're already implemented into the offense and getting to know the team, Jamal Murray comes back. I think it's good that you brought back Austin Rivers, a guy who has already gotten familiar with it. So when the season starts, there's no growing pains or anything like that. You can dive headfirst into it, pick up right back where you left off. They did lose Paul Millsap and I believe JaVale McGee, but they did end up bringing in Jeff Green, who I think is going to be very good for this team. Last season, they traded for Aaron Gordon at the deadline. This is going to be his first full season with the team. I think he's going to have to step up more, but I think the person who's going to have to step up the most is easily Michael Porter Jr. Um, Michael Porter Jr. is going to have uh, an outbreak this season, as most people are predicting. A lot of people have him pegged as the lead for most improved player, understandably so. Great at scoring the basketball. I think he can easily be the second scorer on his team, possibly an all-star this year if the stars align right. It is tough to make that in the West, but who knows? Especially depending on where the Denver Nuggets finish in the seeding. My thing is, if Michael Porter Jr. fills into that role correctly, how does that change once Jamal Murray comes back? Is Jamal Murray going to be eased into it slowly to where he's the third option, considering he just came off of injury, and Michael Porter Jr. still gets to have that role of the second option with Jamal Murray in the background, such just easing his way back into the rotation of the team and the offense. But not just guys like Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon. Like I said, this team is deep. They have Will Barton. They have Campazzo. They have Austin Rivers. They have Monte Morris. They have JaMychal Green. They have Jeff Green. I know I'm forgetting some names. PJ Dozier, who is a very underrated player. A guy who I believe also was injured in the playoffs for them. This team is deep. This team can play with the rotations a lot. I love it. I think this team is going to do great things this season. I think, I'm sure they still have the ability to compete. Before Jamal Murray comes back is not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about when Jamal Murray comes back. How are they going to implement him? Like I said, I don't think they're going to be a huge threat in the playoffs. They may give your team some issues, obviously, just because of the talent that they have and depending on the seat and the matchups. But I don't think anyone has them as a contender this year, even with Jamal Murray coming back, considering how late he's coming back. This team is very deep at the point guard position, though. I think what they did was you can't bring in a player to replace the production that Jamal Murray gives you. There's no one available that does that. But what you can do is bring in multiple players who fill in that production as a group. They drafted Bones Highland. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he's not going to get much playing time. Um, just like Bol still doesn't get much playing time, or maybe Bol will get more playing time this season. We'll see. But Bones Holland, I'm not expecting him to get much playing time. But between Campazzo, Austin Rivers, and Monte Morris, those are three solid point guards who can rotate in and out. Pretty sure Austin Rivers is also going to be playing some shooting guard as well. But like I said, this team is deep. They can go deep into the rotation. They can go deep into the bench. As long as you have a guy like Nikola Jokic on the team and you're spacing the floor for him, he can create for others. One of the best passes in the game, best passing big we've ever seen. Aaron Gordon, I think, is going to, with this being his full season, his first full season with them, he's had training camp. He knows the offense. He knows the team now. He's familiar with the team. There's team chemistry, I'm sure, between him and Jokic. I think he'll be able to step up more and more than he did the second half of last season. I think it was great that they brought Will Barton back. I think it was great that Will Barton wanted to come back. I thought he was going to move on for sure. I was a bit shocked to see him return, but glad to see him return, keeping this core together. But I think the Denver Nuggets are going to be fine. I have them finishing somewhere in the top 6, top 5 range. I think they're going to be a problem for a lot of teams, obviously with the talent. But like I said, not a contender come playoff time. So if you're a Denver Nuggets fan, you're just a fan of the team, fan of a certain player, if you just enjoy the team or you're just watching the video because you're supporting me, let me know in the comment section down below. What are your expectations for the Denver Nuggets this upcoming season? Are you worried about how Jamal Murray will be implemented when he comes back? Is that not a worry for you? Do you think, they implement him seamlessly in and you don't even, there's not a hitch? Let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like on the video, greatly appreciate it, and hit the subscribe button and ding the notification bell so you know when your team video comes out next. Make sure you watch the 30 Days of Hoops playlist hovering above me right now. Catch up on all the videos you missed. Leave a thumbs up on those too. Follow me on Twitter at MindOfReese if you don't already, but I'm pretty sure most people are. And I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace.